Hey, it's Morgan, Pretty Little Bookshelf. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to be talking about the 4 books that I read in August. I started with one of the historical fiction books that I really loved. It was Zeal. If you have not read this book, I implore you to read it. It's a dual POV set during post-Civil War era, and we have 2 characters, Harrison and Tirza. So Harrison is a Union soldier. He comes back home after fighting in the Civil War, and he's looking for Tirza, this woman that he loved, but they never had their moment to truly be a couple. And then there is Tirza, who has relocated as a result of the Civil War, and she's starting over in a new place. When Harrison returns from the war, he immediately goes to the Freedmen's Bureau. He submits a missing person report, and Tirza has been writing letters to him. And so we see this yearning and this desire to be together, to love one another despite their circumstances. I am someone who firmly believes that historical fiction is the greatest genre ever. The next book I read was The Dark Maestro by Brendan Slocum. So he is the author of The Violin Conspiracy and Symphony of Secrets. If you've read either of these books, then you know what I mean when I'm saying musical thriller. He creates these characters that are incredible musicians who are facing some type of challenge, whether it's a personal challenge, it's societal, and the ways that they can look to advance in whatever that may be for them. In this book, we have Curtis as our main character. He's an adult. He's about to go on stage at this very prestigious concert. After his performance, Curtis is walking backstage back to his dressing room, and when he gets there, the FBI is waiting. And he's like, whoa, what's going on? I have a reception to get to. There's people that are here to see me. I need to go say hello and thank them for spending their time. And the FBI is like, no, we need to go immediately. You are in grave danger. Let's go. So from there, we flash back to Curtis as a 5-year-old, and we get to see the moment that he's introduced to the cello and his circumstances of being a young black boy in Southeast and how he is a musical prodigy. He's bucking up against what society says that he can be. So we have his dad, Zippy, and his stepmom, Larissa. And Zippy is a drug dealer. He's doing what he can do to support his family. He was a teen dad, and this was the only way that he found that he could make money quickly to support his family and create some type of stability for Curtis. And Larissa has been around since Curtis was an infant, and so despite her being his stepmom, their bond is so beautiful, and it shows what unconditional love is, because even though she is not Curtis's biological mom, she will do anything for him. She's actually the person who introduces Curtis to comic books. As he becomes an adult, those 2 things do not change until they're forced to change. The 3rd book that I read was a debut novel. It's called Dominion. It's insane. This is a very thought-provoking book. It is examining the church, society, patriarchy, the way that we treat women. In between those things, we have the Reverend and his wife Priscilla, their son, who goes by Wonder, and his girlfriend, we'll put that in quotes, Diamond. We're seeing the world through 2 women's eyes who live in a patriarchal society. Priscilla, she's married to the Reverend, so he is a man of faith, but he is not faithful to her, and we see that time and time again. What Addie does is she is examining the way that Priscilla is constantly grappling with her appearance, what people think about her, how is she being perceived, and she knows that she looks like a fool because her husband is constantly stepping out on her, but she doesn't feel like she can step away from their family because that will then make her look bad. Or the fact that her husband is doing wrong by her, somehow she was the catalyst for it. And then her son, their son, Wonder, he is the star athlete. He's this popular kid. Everyone loves him. But he is not a good person. He is abusing women. He's sexually assaulting them, and he is not being held accountable for it. Somehow, because of the way society society views him, the blame is constantly put on the girls. They shouldn't have been out that late. They should have said no. They shouldn't have gotten in the car with him. They shouldn't have been wearing that skirt or that dress. The accountability is never put on the Reverend or his son. And as you continue reading the book, you're just waiting for the moment that they're held accountable. You're waiting for the moment that Priscilla or Diamond will stand up. They're no longer staying because that's what they think they're supposed to do, or that they don't know what life would look like without this person, so it's better to stay. Fourth book that I read but DNF'd was 1,000 Splendid Suns. So this book, I have seen so many rave reviews. People love this book. I did read The Kite Runner and I loved that book, but this one did not work for me. It was slow paced, so I DNF'd it. Maybe I'll pick it back up, but right now I'm putting it down. Let me know what you read this month. I'm going to share my September TBR soon because we're getting into the fall weather. I know that the vibe changes, but for me, there will still be more historical fiction, so you can definitely count on that. I'm excited to take you on this reading journey with me and to be together here on YouTube, so subscribe for more.